Hello, Highway Time viewers. This is Judy Shields. Today we welcome country rocker Will Wesley. Hey, Will, how are you doing?
Hey there, how's everybody doing? It's good to see everyone.
Yeah, out here in Los Angeles, Hollywood area, we've got some little warmer temperatures. How about out there? Where are you dialing in from?
Well, I'm actually excited. We've had a few colder temperatures here in Louisiana. I mean, it's not snow on the rooftop, but it's chilly enough to wear a jacket.
Is that where you call home?
Yes, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Yes.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful down there. I
Yes, there's a lot of alligators at
was gonna
Christmas.
say, do you have any gator stories for
Not really, but yes, that is the common
us?
concept over here.
Oh man. Well, folks, we're here today to talk to Will about his new Christmas single, and it's December 1st. So, what better time to talk about a Christmas song, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree? Um, and it was premiered by Center Stage magazine. So, like I said, he's here to talk to us about it. First question I have is tell us why you chose Brenda Lee's timeless classic song.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, there's several, but the first, underlining reason is I've always been a fan of the song. I think Brenda's fantastic, and I always loved her version. But when everyone was approaching me saying, "Hey, what song would you like to cover at Christmas time?" I couldn't help but to go to "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" because to me, I always wanted to put more of a country rockin' modern update version to it. So I figured that would be tailor made for me, and I'm hoping the fans and everyone out there enjoy it.
Yeah, it is like high energy. I mean, I loved it. And that's what led you to record it that way. I love how you did it.
Yeah, and that's kind of my style. I always like to bring the energy to my live shows and to my recordings. So I was like, I think Brenda is fantastic, and her version is always the best in our hearts. But I wanted to show the people Will Wesley's side of the street and my version on the tune.
So when do you remember like hearing that song for the first time as a kid, which was not too long ago? Look at you.
Well, it may have been a little longer than you think, but but I've heard the song my whole life. My family always had it blaring at Christmas time. My mother and father were always dancing to, and you may have stumbled upon something. Maybe it was a little bit of bringing back that childhood nostalgia as well. Seeing my parents at a much simpler time, in a much happier time in the world, to say, dancing in the kitchen of this song. Maybe I just wanted to create my own version and let people do that today.
Yeah, thank you. We do need that. It's great about these songs, and especially when you take a classic and give it your own spin. It's really gonna. You can't just sit there and go, "That's good." No, you're this. You're
That's
dancing
right.
a Louisiana style. So when did you discover your voice? How old were you, and when did that happen?
From as young as I can remember, my father was a musician, so he always had music playing in the house. And I think from the youngest age of even 8 or 9 years old, maybe even seven, I was always strumming around, making incredibly awful noises on a guitar I didn't know how to play. But I knew at a young age that I wanted to be an entertainer, a singer. And growing up listening to all these great country artists like Marty Stewart, Garth Brooks,
Oh,
people that I grew up listening to along the way. I knew that that was my direction. So when I actually turned 11 or 12, I actually said, if I want to do this, I better learn how to play this guitar and learn how to sing a good bit. So I've been doing it pretty much my whole life now. So
so tell someone like me who just bought a guitar, um, how do I learn to play this thing? I'm so intimidated by it. What
well,
advice you have?
it's really a patience thing. It's all about taking your time and just not getting discouraged in the rough starting of the months, because you will get discouraged. It's going to hurt your fingers. It's going to hurt your patience. But the more you do it, the more you're going to become comfortable with it until it more or less becomes a second nature. You're gonna find out who you are on it, and it will come more and more natural. So just don't give up would be my advice on that.
So what's like the first key that, I should learn? What do you think?
Well, it depends on what style of music you're
Well,
in.
country, that's
Well, if
all
you're
I
in country
want. And
music, I would
Christmas.
recommend I'd recommend an A major or a G major. I think a lot of great three-chord country songs start off right there.
A major and G major. There you go. See? So very cool. I can't wait. And I'll just say, hey, Will Wesley taught me.
Oh well, I'm always down to give a few guitar chord instructions. You want to be Johnny Cash or Judy Cash, you might want to get the key of E. It's a little deeper on the voice
Yeah, I
there.
have to try that very much. He'll be now. Poor Will will be hearing from me now. Let's go.
Well, next I'll interview you and I'll listen
Oh,
to your new Christmas single.
all right. How cool. It's like, oh, there's so many of them. So many Christmas songs to go back and think about, you know. So we're just glad that you brought us this one at this time. Do you play any other instruments besides
I do
guitar?
not. Guitar has always been my primary instrument. I fell in love with it at such a young age.
Yeah.
And I also had a father who was teaching me. So I immediately just tried to excel as much as I could on a guitar. And, before long, I was a studio player and I was backing a lot of musicians. And that's when I decided to go out on my own many years back. And here I am.
So tell us and the viewers, what's your experience, like your best experience been touring?
Oh my goodness, so many wonderful experiences. I would have to say touring Europe with my buddy Florian Fox was a special thing. Even last year, I've done it several times, but going to Europe, the reception we got in Switzerland last year was absolutely outstanding. The people there are wonderful, and if you would have asked me 10 years back, 5 years ago, that country music was so big in Switzerland, I would have said absolutely falsehood. But going there and seeing the reception to songs that I've written and seeing standing ovations and encores, that's I guess that's what all of us musicians get in it for. And I'd have to say, up to date, that'd be my most exciting touring experiences.
How cool. I've heard that from other writers that they've got some kind of writers convention or something they go to in Nashville something, I forget the name, where they go over there. And it's like, wow, of all places. I guess that's why Shania Twain went there.
Yes, yes, I'm sure I'm sure she'll always be going back to. It's a lovely place. It's a delightful area, and
Oh,
it's always a dream come true to go there. I always love it. I'm looking forward to going back in August of 24.
oh, wonderful. So when you're here in the States and you tour, you got a nice big country bus?
Oh no, 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 no! I actually have a funny story about that.
Oh, let's hear it.
No matter how big or famous I get, my tour band is always going to be Hattie, and I'm going to tell you why it's Miss Hattie. Is that we have toured all over the country in the most ugly black gigantic van you will ever see, but it's really the lifeblood and the heart and soul of who we are as a band. That when it came time to invest and get into this market of new touring bands and everything, what we decided to do was we more or less decided to keep what we had and just rebuild it.
Wow.
We
You're gonna have
left
to
it as
send me a
ugly as we
picture.
could. We rebuilt the inside of it.
I had to see a picture of that.
Yeah, that would. I'll send you one. I think
Yeah, that'd be
you'll be
great to
fans.
talk about that.
Yeah,
Your touring bus. All
it's
right.
my way of staying true to my roots, Judy.
Good for you. Proud of you. Great. Oh, do you have any country music heroes that you look up to?
Oh, I have so many. Merle Haggard, Johnny
Oh,
Cash,
bless his heart.
Marty Stewart. So many of my favorite country artists along the way. Waylon Jennings. I
Mm.
always grew up listening to a lot of Waylon Jennings. But being a guitar player, I'm a big Chet Atkins fan. Love Chet
Oh,
Atkins. Just adore him. Just never gets old listening to Chet Atkins. But also I love Garth Brooks. I like a lot of the modern ones. I like Jason Aldean. I like the Luke Bryans of the world. I get into I consider myself a student of all music, and I love listening to where it started and where it's going. So that's always it's an educational thing for me. I'm a big fan of classic, modern, and old.
yeah. I love the steel guitar. Oh,
Oh, we need to put a lot more of that in modern country music,
where
don't
are
you think?
they? You need to do that, Will. You need to start this again. Get
Well, I
those.
do have a steel player coming out on my new record. There's a lot of steel on it, so I think you'll be happy. It's modern meets old.
Awesome. We can't wait to that. Well, we'll have to talk to you about that one when that comes out. So that's you as a musician. What about a songwriter? When did you kind of discover that? And what do you remember the first song you said, this is a song?
I don't believe the first song I wrote ever really had a title, but I'll tell you it was god awful. But it's funny. A lot of artists start off as guitarists and singers, and then they decide they want to write songs. Or with me, it was the complete opposite. Songwriting was always an outlet for me. So the minute I learned how to play guitar, I immediately was trying to write songs. I was immediately trying to express who I was. And that's something that has kind of followed me throughout the years, is my own identity and I look at my own songs as a testimony of where I'm at in my life. So songwriting has always been the driving force for me playing music rather than learning the instrument, learning the vocals, and then songwriting later. It was always songwriting first.
Well, there you go. It's we always have our songs and the music, but it's you songwriters that give us that song. And so talk about your band. You have a band that you have that's with you all the time?
I do. I've had a loyal group of band members, and it's a fantastic band. I'm in a band with my also my producer and my business partner, Mr. Phil Chandler. He's on second guitar and vocals, and he's also the man who's responsible for all the tunes you're hearing. He produces every one of them. We have a tight family here at the Will Wesley team, but he's also a phenomenal guitarist and singer, and has his own brand of music as well. And also, we have on drums a phenomenal drummer by the name of Mr. Seth Jones. He's out in the Austin, Texas area, but he travels in and travels the world with us. And I'm hard pressed to find a drummer any better anywhere. He's one of the best I've heard. And then we got Mr. Chris Lesage on bass guitar right here from Baton Rouge, Louisiana as well. And he's killing it back there as well. So I'm very, very happy to have stuck with the same band the whole journey. We really bonded together, and we're excited about what's coming.
Wow. Do you guys have any kind of way that you dress for your tours, your concerts, or do you just whatever feels comfortable for you guys?
Well, with me, I've always been a bit of an out there dressing kind of guy, and a lot of people have acknowledged my own style these days. You might see a mix of suit and tie with rings and chains and everything under the sun.
Oh.
Yeah, we definitely have our own identity out there. I've always been the kind of guy who lets the band, if this is your personality, embody who you are. We're going to just be who you are. We're going to embrace it. So you'll see in the music video as well. You can review all my music videos. I'm proud to say that my band has been in every one of them. And you can definitely catch their style and look. It's definitely something of their own making.
Oh, sounds like you got it all together. How is your tour? You've got one coming up, still going on for the end of this year and next year?
Yes, we do. We got a lot of big things coming up. We've just recently had a tour of Asia. We were doing a promotional tour over there in Thailand, which was quite interesting.
Wow.
We're looking to be going back in the next year. We're also looking to be going back into Europe. We're also really heavy in the upcoming between the touring season. We got a new album coming out. So just definitely check out my website at willwesleymusic.com. You'll see all of my upcoming touring dates, and you're also going to see when the album's dropping and everything that's coming. We got it's going to be an exciting 24, Judy.
Oh, it sounds like it. So they can find all your music and download. Say it for us one more time.
That's willwesleymusic.com.
All right. Don't forget the music there.com. We'll put the link up there.
Yes.
So what did you ask Santa for?
A new guitar, of course. I want a brand new Telecaster. Last year, he brought me a lump of coal. So this year, I'm hoping that maybe he'll give me a brand new Telecaster, because I have been being good for the past 6 months.
Now, that's a Fender, right?
Yes. I love Fender Telecasters, but I'm also a Gibson Les Paul guy. So if he's a little out of Fenders, he can bring me a brand new Les Paul too, and I'll be happy with that.
Well, when I see him next weekend, I'll have to tell Santa what you want.
Please do. I'll owe you one on that. If he gives me a new guitar, I'll show you your first chords on that guitar. You can tell Santa that.
All right. Here I come, Santa. Do you get to be home for the holidays, or are you touring up to Christmas?
No, I'm very excited. We have a little bit of off time for the holidays, so I can spend some time with my wife and family before we're back out on that long, long highway. We're going everywhere we're going to be on the country music cruise. We're moving up and just going out all in the new year. But for the holidays, I'm home and I can spend it with my wife and family. So I'm very excited about that.
Have you done a country cruise before?
Well, I've been on them. We're actually going on the country music cruise just to hang out and talk with folks. There's no actual scheduled performances on there, but we are going there to hang out before we start hitting some heavier tours in the February, March area. So we're looking to be very busy come 2024.
Sounds like it. Well, we'll make sure we put links to all your websites that you have and any social media. And we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here at the Hollywood Times today. We do have a YouTube channel. This will be converted to a YouTube video, Hollywood Times official. So we'll get that out and keep us posted when you have your new music and your new album. And let's keep on getting you out there because you got an amazing voice.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to reconnecting with y'all and letting y'all know about all the new music. And hey, happy holidays to everyone, to you and your family.
And happy holidays to you and your family. And I can't wait to hear that steel guitar.
It's coming. Don't you worry. I'm going to put extra steel guitar on it for you.
Awesome. We thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you soon.